to another exciting episode on Spiritual Secrets with Elizabeth. Today we're going to be discussing, as usual, another sensitive topic. And of course, if you're just joining us, this is your first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on all social media handles, and also please do not forget to comment, like, and share this video to everyone around you. So on today's topic, like I said, is a sensitive one. We're going to be talking about sex and spiritual connections. Now, I know a lot of people want to ask me questions, but before then, let's just go through it because we have limited time and we have a lot to discuss. I said one of the most effective ways of getting someone spiritually is through sex. What I mean is you can easily subdue any individual spiritually, no matter how strong they are, through sexual intimacy. And I'm sure a lot of you don't know this, but as it is self-explanatory that anybody, no matter how strong you are, you can actually subdue that person's spiritual energy through sexual intimacy. And I said, I know this topic is very sensitive and controversial, but it is very imperative that we discuss it here. A lot of people tell you it is okay to have sex with multiple partners, but what they do not tell you is the spiritual implications of this act. For every individual you have sex with, there is a spiritual connection and covenant established, or with or without you knowing about this connection, or without your knowledge of it. I said, I'm not here to judge you, criticize, or advise you on how to discipline yourselves or ourselves. When it comes to choosing a sex partner, rather, I'm here to share with us the reality of what happens when we engage in this act of multiple sex partners. I know a lot of us have forgotten the fact that we are humans and that we have thrown caution to the wind, that we decided to do whatever we like. That is the reason why I'm saying I'm not here to judge you. Remember, I'm just only passing a message. So I'm only letting you know the implications. And then, of course, as an adult, you make your decision. As a sex is like a binder. It binds two individuals spiritually without caring about their background, spiritual differences, and so on. Where you were raped, beguiled, or you voluntarily give into sex, the spiritual never understands. As long as you have had that intimacy, that case is settled spiritually. Do you understand what I mean? I said, if you were raped, whether you were raped, where you were raped, when you were raped, the spiritual does not understand that. Whether somebody cajoled you into having sex, the spiritual does not understand that. What the spiritual understands is you have had sex. There is a binder between the both of you spiritually. There is a connection between the both of you spiritually. There is a passage, there is an avenue. There is a door that has been opened between the both of you spiritually, whether you know this or not. And I said, there are individuals who are faithful to their partners, but their partners are not faithful to them. These individuals still fall victim to being connected to strange spirits spiritually because of the promiscuity of their insatiable partners. There are so many reasons why we should be careful with multiple sex partners, but I will mention a few here due to our time constraint. Now, the thing is, there are people who say, I'm faithful to my partner, I don't sleep around, nothing is going to happen. Yes, but is your partner faithful to you? The truth is, the same way your partner had that connection with those spirit beings, the same way you will have the same connection from your partner. I will give you an instance. If your partner goes and sleeps with Madam A, and Madam A has the spirit of wickedness in her that was transferred from her to your partner, when your partner comes to sleep with you, that spirit is also transferred to you. So there's a soul tie. Should I say there's a spiritual connection? I don't want to use the word soul tie. There's a spiritual connection between the three of you. So it's now more like, should I say a triangle? Now, I said you can be possessed with strange spirits. I'm giving you reasons now why you should reconsider multiple sex partners, or why you should be careful with who you're having sex with. I said you can be possessed with strange spirits through this act. A lot of people are victims of this kind of situation. The moment you start sleeping with either one or more partners that are possessed, you are likely to be possessed of some of the spirits controlling them. Unknown to you, in such cases, you start acting strange, behaving like someone with split personality issues, becoming wild, and so on. Now, this is self-explanatory, but I will say this briefly. The moment you start sleeping with somebody, let's take, for instance, somebody that has never been possessed before in her life, and then, God forbid, you ended up becoming this virgin, or should I say raped by someone who has a very strange spirit possessing him or her, the spirit of promiscuity. Because that spirit of promiscuity is something that can easily be shared among people sexually. Now, before you know what's going on, that person, number one, they come up with the story of, I'm depressed because I'm raped, so I want to be sleeping with everybody and anybody I see. No, that's not the truth. You have been infected spiritually. You have been transferred. You have been possessed with the spirit of promiscuity. That's why when you get raped, you don't just want to stay in one place anymore. You want to sleep with everything and anything you see. It doesn't have anything to do with you being depressed, because when you go to a counselor, medically, they will tell you are being depressed or it's a disorder you're going to know. My sister, my brother, you are possessed with the spirit of promiscuity. That's why you can't stay in one place. And the second one is, there can be transfer of curses, bad luck, sufferings, etc. When you start having sex with either a lady or a man who has some strange curses in their lives, these curses unknown to you will be transferred to you and vice versa. This is why, for some of you, the moment you start dating someone, your business starts going down, disappointment sets in for you, lack and want will become your regular encounters. And then some people don't want to think about it. They don't want to know, oh, why is this thing happening to me? Why am I like this? Now, there are people on this planet Earth who have been cursed already, and you know that these people are cursed. Now, the moment you start sleeping with them, those curses are transferred to you. Because during sex, you are not only, I don't know how to put it, it is not just a regular normal fluid that you think you are exchanging. It is a blood covenant. It is too spiritual, too deep. If we want to talk about it here today, we might not leave this place. So it is very, very difficult for you to understand. It is your spirit, your soul, and your body that is involved in it. That is why you advise younger generations to be careful. You tell them not to dabble into strange things. That's why you see a lot of children these days, they have, once upon a time, they were responsible, and then they start dating one pack boy. That's how their life became the way it is. Because that pack boy that they are dating may just have a spirit, that may just have a wandering spirit in his blood, may just have a spirit or a curse on him that has caused him to remain a wanderer for the rest of his life. And you don't know. You end up incurring that curse, or that curse will be transferred to you. And then I said, sex can be used to transfer spiritual powers from one body to another. This has both positive and negative effects. Depending on which you encounter, people these days can draw your spiritual energy from your body through sex, your glory, gifts, and so on, while others can in turn deposit these things in you through same means. A lot of people don't understand these things, but that's just what it is. Somebody can take your glory away from you through sex. Somebody can deposit powers that you don't want in you through sex. Somebody can take away your destiny. Your destiny. Your destiny can actually be taken away from you through sex. So it is very imperative that you understand and know what you're getting involved in and why you're getting involved with that person. I see a lot of people these days, they just randomly decide to sleep with whoever and whatever. But we have forgotten the spiritual implications of doing these things. Well, there are ways you can actually cleanse yourself, but that is not something I should be teaching us here today, because that's not what we're teaching. That is too deep to be taught in this program. So I said, you can be poisoned. You can be poisoned spiritually via sexual intercourse. I said this is one common fact that a lot of people find very difficult to believe, and this is why it happens and spreads very fast. without a lot of people knowing the truth. Spiritual poisons are very rare, but common, because once this happens in the physical world, it can be diagnosed as one ailment or the other, and will never be cured using orthodox medicine or methods on it. This is why some people may be diagnosed of HIV and AIDS, but still get cured by witch doctors or receive miraculous healings with some spiritual principles and guide. Now, a lot of people may not really understand this, but that's what it is. You hear when you go, they say, oh, there's a deliverance section. Oh, I was healed of migraine. I was having this serious migraine and I was healed. I was having this, I was healed. Oh, my son was crippled. Now, there are a lot of things that come to play. I am not saying that there might not be other spiritual attacks and cases. But when it comes to sexual intercourse, I'm trying to make you understand that you can be poisoned through that means. And when diagnosed, it could be, they will tell you, oh, do you know you have cancer? Do you know you have this? Do you know you have that? So it's very very imperative that you understand that you can be poisoned spiritually through stomach pain. Some people have consistent stomach pain. Some people have lower abdomen overheating. From time to time, your lower abdomen is always very hot and all that. All these are spiritual poison that you get from sex. Apart from the normal sickness or the STDs and STIs, I'm telling you that spiritually you can be poisoned through sexual intimacy. And I said you may be a victim of sleeping with strange spirits. This usually happens to individuals who jump from one partner to another. They may fall victim of having sex with a ghost, wandering spirits, demons, soul eaters, and so on. When this happens, depending on the mission of that spirit, the individual starts manifesting strange behaviors and attitudes and so on. Now, I am not saying that it is not possible for somebody that is responsible, for somebody that is reserved, not to sleep with strange spirits. Because there are some strange spirits that are sent to you by your enemies to seduce you, to sleep with you. And then these spirits are transferred to you, and a lot of things will happen to you. But what I'm trying to say is, majority of the people that this thing happened to are those that actually jump from one bed to another. And another one, I said, destinies may be altered. This is the most scary of it all. Our destinies are as important to us as air is to our existence as humans. Therefore, when there is a shift in the realms of the spirit to alter that destiny, that individual will suffer dearly for it. There are some living beings whose mission on earth is to swap your destinies or alter them. Some of them come in for sex. Some of them come in form of sex partners. They can be found anywhere. So the truth is, there are people that actually want to swap your destiny for theirs. Now, let me shock you. Do you know there are individuals on this planet who are not destined to be great? They're just destined to be ordinary human beings. They're just destined to be maybe that man selling crayfish by the roadside, that woman selling tomatoes by the other side, and they don't want that kind of life for themselves. But because they have discovered keys with which they can actually swap destinies and souls, they can do that through sex. Now, there are people that they call the soul shifters. These people are very, very meticulous in these things. Now, they will do it. You see it in a lot of people today. I don't want to start mentioning professions, but there are a lot of diabolic people out there. I mean, wicked people out there who are willing to destroy, take your glory, your spirit being, your energy, your destiny. They are willing to take everything away from you. Because when they see that theirs is not as good as yours, they want to take it. And now, for ladies, you have to be very careful. There are ladies who are your friends that are jealous of your spouses. And they want to have that same spouse as you, but their destiny does not permit them to have the kind of spouse that you have. They will swap your destiny for their own. This thing happens to both sex, actually, not just ladies alone, but it's common among we ladies because I honestly don't know what we are dragging on this planet Earth. So please be very careful, be very vigilant, and know who you are deciding to have sexual intimacy with. Another one is your glory or life can be stolen or exchanged through sexual intimacy. Like I mentioned before, so many individuals these days are empty and walking dead. because their lives and or glory has been exchanged or stolen from them through sexual intimacy with one partner or the other. There are people on this planet Earth today that are living, but they are not living. You are meant to live for 50 years, but because of one sex partner you have gone to sleep with at the age of 18, 16, 17, 19, they have taken your destiny away. You might still be lucky to roam the earth for another 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, depending on the little grace left. But that does not mean you will live up to 50. Now, there are a lot of people who have fallen victim of this kind of circumstances. These are all spiritual ways of taking away what rightfully belongs to you, stealing from you what the Almighty has placed in you. So you have to be vigilant. You have to make sure that you know what you're doing before you do it. There are ways these things can be avoided, but I'm sorry, it's not something I will discuss here. If you actually want to know, DM me or send me a message. You'll be able to find out how these things can be avoided. Thank you very much. And I said you can be enchanted and or hypnotized through sex. A lot of people are either enchanted or hypnotized through sexual intercourse by either their spouses or random men and women. There are times you just want to have sex with a particular fellow without any commitment, but you suddenly find yourself being carried away and even proposing marriage to such individual. These things happen all the time. And then at the end of the day, they'll say, you don't jazz them. Yes, they don't jazz them spiritually. Now, the one that is stronger than everything is when that person sleeps with you and has chained you, hypnotized you, enchanted you, taking you away spiritually and trapped you somewhere. And you will not be able to do anything about it, except grace is shown to you and your life can be restored back to you through the grace of the Almighty God. And then the last one, I said, sex can be used to either drain or weaken your spiritual strength. No matter how strong you are spiritually, sex can be used to weaken or drain your spiritual strength. This is long. I said, this is why it is very important you are cautious of whom you are stripping naked for. A peculiar case is that of Samson and Delilah in the Holy Bible. There was something the Bible never elaborated for some reason in that story. Samson was a very powerful man whose spiritual alertness that protects his physical strength was 100% sharp. His major weakness was women. Beautiful women at that. So the Philistines prepared Delilah spiritually and sent her on that mission to subdue Samson, which she did, because immediately she slept with him, he became weak and his spiritual vigilance became very low and his hair was cut where his physical strength lies. Do you understand what we're trying to see? And I know a lot of people don't understand this part of this story I just read to us. Before you can have a physical strength, there is always a spiritual force that pushes that strength. That was what Samson had. And for Samson to be able to lose that spiritual force, another spiritual being was prepared for him to take that away from him in the person of Delilah, the beautiful Delilah. And before you know what was going on, Samson was able to open his mouth and tell Delilah, oh, my strength is in my hair. If you cut my hair, I won't be able to do anything. And that was the end of Samson. Now, Samson was a thorn in the flesh of the Philistines for a very long time. They couldn't do anything to him. Now imagine how your life would be as an individual. Your business, your finances, your personal life, your glory, everything concerning you. And you decide to throw all this away because you want to have just that small little time of maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of pleasure. Be very careful who you decide to allow into your privacy. And this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain today. Until next time when I come your way again, you still remain your girl, Elizabeth, dealing with us on spiritual secrets. Please remember to comment, like, and share this message. And also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media handles, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you could be getting messages and notifications on strong messages and messages like this that will actually help you move your life forward. God bless you.